Hello and welcome to Eli and Eden Creative. This is Pam, and we are currently outdoors in my garden as I'm doing this voiceover. So sometimes you might hear a little bit of traffic, but I need to let you know that we have so little time in the summer that we can enjoy outside. I have just decided to incorporate it into my work. So you get to hear the sounds of a city and the people in it, and the sounds of a house and the people and the pets inside the house. Um, in the world that's so full of polish and whatever it is, I think we need more real in this world. So I want to talk to you about my last weeks. I recently came back from a whirlwind of an adventure with my mother, a road trip, and we ended up going from where we live in British Columbia down to Vernon to visit family, and then across to Lethbridge, Alberta, to be with family. And then we picked up a headstone for my Nana and Grampy for one of their final resting places, because they're buried in two places in Canada, because they really had two places that they held in their heart as their homes. One of those was Alberta, and one of those was Nova Scotia. So we went to Alberta, picked up the headstone from Lethbridge. Then we drove to this little tiny hamlet where I have my very first memories of life. It is a little place called Cereal, Alberta, and it is amazing to me. It is a place that I lived in for the first while of my life that I can remember. Like, my first life memories are in that place. So it has a real special place in my heart, and that's where we would go to visit my Nana and Grampy on a regular basis. Now, there's something special about that town. There's a building in that town that is painted blue. Right now, it is in not so good repair, but once upon a time, many years ago, it was a bustling cafe, and farmers from around would come and have lunch together and talk to one another and visit with each other and have good food made by my family, by my Nana, by my mother, by my aunties. There was so many people that worked to make that cafe a special place. And it was painted blue. It was painted blue, and it was called Marie's Blue Nose Cafe. And it was one of my first homes when we moved back to Canada from Germany. So it really is one of my first Canadian memories, is this little town. So we ended up at that place with a heavy stone in the back of my mother's car, and no real plan. But maybe ask the locals if someone would help us. And we went to the tavern and sat down and had lunch with the locals. And one of the gentlemen that was there said, "Hey, I remember you when you were," and I said, "knee high to a grasshopper." He said, "Yes, knee high to a grasshopper." So we had lunch together, and we talked about old times, and we talked about the cafe and why it was painted blue. And the man says, it's because they were from Nova Scotia. It's the Blue Nose Cafe, so it was painted blue in honor of Nova Scotia. So this building that has been a subject of art for my uncle is now a inspiration for me as well. We got 3 willing volunteers from the town to just drive out to the cemetery with us and help us safely remove and move this stone and put it into place. And they were happy. They were like, yeah, sure. What else was I going to do today except for help some strangers with their their final sort of moment with their mother and grandmother and grandfather and father. Just heart, just soul, just community and laughter and wide, wide open spaces, rolling hills, wind that could blow you over if you weren't careful, and good people. So after that, we drove up to Olds, Alberta, where my auntie lives, and she is in the business of shortening legs. That's what she likes to say. And what she means by that is pant legs. She is a sewist and a textile artist. She's traveled all over the world collecting beautiful, beautiful textile pieces. And she travels around the world teaching textile art. And so she has been saving all these pant legs from the store that she works in. And she showed me these wallets that she made. Her granddaughter is in Japan right now. And one of the ways that my auntie understands or tries to understand the world is, how do they make their clothes? What do they do? What are their techniques? What are the fibers that they use? This is how she learns about other cultures, is through their clothing. She's fascinated with it all. And so I had been thinking about learning this Japanese technique because my cousin, her granddaughter's in Japan, and I sort of do the same thing. And so my aunt brought out these wallets that she had put together with these pant legs from the cutoffs from the shop, recycled all of this amazing fabric, and created this masterpiece. I think it's called Shishiko. I'm saying that with a giant question mark because I'm still just learning about it too. My auntie gave me all of these pant legs, and then she gave me fabric, fabric for days. I wanted to make some clothing that was good, that wasn't going to fall apart. I was tired of not being able to find clothing that fits my body well and that falls apart when it does. I have family that is able to teach and able to give me help. So why would I not take this opportunity to build a wardrobe for me? So I got a giant bag filled with fabric. And it's not just black. I did choose some color fabric as well. But I have dreams about making a whole new wardrobe for myself, expressing my art through my clothing as well. I think yeah, I'm tired of fast fashion and, all of those things. And I want to create something that is sustainable. So that's why I'm excited to start building a wardrobe out of my old clothes, creating new things. So that's another part of Eli and Eden Creative coming up. And it's a lot. It's a lot. I've been going through a lot, and I put up some videos before we left so that I could just relax. And now I'm back. And I'm doing a new time for release. I think I'm going to do 4:44 Pacific on Mondays. So if you like to follow along with a artist, a creator, a maker, something that is not a robot, that is just a human muddling around, I hope that you would subscribe and ring the bell so you can hear from me. I hope you also get creative. If you're interested in supporting any of my work, you can check out links below. And I appreciate you. I hope that you get creative with whatever you have around you. Have an amazing day. Ta-ra.